Stephanie with Minimalist Mom Life. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a video that I talked about doing a few weeks ago and I've just not gotten around to filming and actually even changed slightly. So it was supposed to be 50 facts about me, but y'all, I had the hardest time even coming up with 25. So you get 25. But anyways, hopefully this will help y'all get to know me a little bit better. You guys have been talking about me doing this, so here it is in no particular order. Some of these you may already know. I want to say first, so if any of these are the same, like if you have this in common, please comment down below and tell me what is the same, or if any of them are like the exact opposite, then let me know that as well. So I have weird lighting, but we're gonna go with what we have. First, I am an ESTJ for anybody that is into the Myers-Briggs personalities. Number 2, beef and like jalapenos are my favorite food. Like I've said before, I could never ever live without beef, and I love jalapenos. Food has to be spicy, or I feel like what's the point of eating it? I love spice. Nothing scares me really except for my husband's driving, and that's terrible because he's a really good driver, but I don't know, ever since we've had kids and I'm in the passenger seat and he's driving, like I'm seriously the annoying wife that's like holding on to everything on the side, telling him to slow down, acting like he's about to get in a car accident. Like it's bad, and I know it's annoying, so I try to like not do it, but it happens anyway. Number 4, my toes are always painted. Like I think one day since I was probably like 12 have my toes ever not been painted, and I don't know what I was thinking that day. Like they have to be painted, and not chipped, like painted nice. Number 5, I was a competitive cheerleader in high school. Number 6, my parents were super strict about what we were allowed to watch as far as TV and movies growing up. So I watched very little Disney and just very little of anything other than like Andy Griffith. So if I don't get your jokes, that's why. And I'm kind of doing the same thing with my kids, so. But I'm okay with some Disney, but I will tell you that now, as an adult, if you watch Disney that you've never seen as a kid, it's like, what is going on? Like, I don't know, I don't get some of it. Some of it is really adorable though. Okay, number 7, I own a gun and I love to shoot at the shooting range. Number 8, my favorite movies are Meet Me in St. Louis and Fiddler on the Roof. I love those movies. Number 9, when I went bungee jumping, Martin was only 8 months old, and it was a 10-mile hike up to the bridge that you jump off, and then a 10-mile hike back, and I had to bring with me my pump because he was still a nursing baby, and I had forgotten that I didn't have batteries. Like I didn't change the batteries in it, so it was dead. So I had to go over to the bungee jumping instructors and ask them if there's any place that I could possibly plug it in and pump. And luckily there was, but you know, when you're an adventurous mama, you do what you gotta do. Number 10, I have a really bad memory, and I mean like, not just like mom brain, like, but even before I was a mom, like I just can't remember things that I should remember. And I have figured out why that is, because my brain is so full of like 90s country music and some inappropriate rap from high school. Like if I hear any of that, like I can belt out the whole song, but yet I can't remember like the most basic things. So I'm convinced that's what my brain is full of. I am a Delta Zeta. I have lived in 5 different states. I have a bachelor's degree in sociology with a minor in social work. I can't parallel park to save my life. Like so bad, in fact, like, I don't even attempt it now, but in my driving test when I was in high school, and yes, I remember this because I'm a perfectionist, I got a 96, not 100, and I did everything else perfectly except I could not parallel park well, so he took 4 points off, and I have not forgotten that. I don't like cake. Like I don't think it tastes that good, cake, cupcakes, that kind of stuff, but I love making cupcakes to look like different things, like cats and Cookie Monster and all that stuff. I love doing that. I love cake decorating, but I could care less about eating it. My favorite shows are I Love Lucy and The Office. I can't stand seafood. Like part of my 30 before 30 has been to try 10 new foods, and a lot of those have been seafood, and nope, still don't like it. Not at all. But I make, like we eat fish in my house almost once a week just because I want my kids to not be picky. I want them to like it, and so far it's worked. I enjoy cleaning. Like I'm one of those people that likes physical labor, so I like mowing the lawn. I like things that you do it and then you can immediately see what you've done. I'm not like want to sit here and deep think and analyze and all this kind of stuff. No, I just want to get something done. So I enjoy cleaning. I have scuba dived the Great Barrier Reef. My first job was at Abercrombie, and I was one of the girls that just stands in the front and says hi as you walk in, and I often got mistaken for a mannequin. And then it would scare people when I would say hi. I cannot stand to read fiction. Like, I'm not a big reader anyway, but when I am, it has to be something that's like educating me on something. I cannot just read stories and just fiction. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but it just doesn't engage me. It feels like a waste of my time. I can't stand to be late. Oh my goodness, I cannot stand to be late. And along with that, my biggest pet peeve in life, I love traveling, but when you're on an airplane and the airplane lands and you're waiting for everybody to get off, how incredibly slow people go to get off the plane, like, drives me bonkers. Like, ask my husband. I'm a nice person, but all of a sudden I feel like everybody around me turns into a sloth and they suddenly can't remember where their suitcase is. I'm like, we've known we were gonna land. Like, you knew this was coming. Why does it take us an hour to get off the plane? Yeah, pet peeve of mine. And 24, I knew I was going to marry Jason before I would say I was even in love with him. Like, it just clicked. It was like, oh my gosh, like, this is who I'm gonna marry. But I hadn't even like fallen in love with him, but I already knew I was gonna marry him. And 25 is I rarely ever cry. Like, I am not a crier. I'm not super emotional. Not that I don't ever cry, but it is very, 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 very rare. I think my husband can count on one hand how many times I've cried since we've been married, and we've been married for 5.5 years. So yeah, not a big crier, but those are my 25 facts. Again, if you have anything in common with me, leave it down in the comments down below, and I would love for you to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye.